and the Sorcerer's Stone, chapters 15 through 17, World Building Review. Chapter 15 is called Forbidden Forest, and in there we see that the three main characters run into some centaurs, and I really liked the quote from one of the centaurs about the unicorn. Innocents are the first victims, right? The Voldemort, the main villain, uses the unicorn blood to stay alive, but there's a price. So this adds to the number of magical beasts that we've encountered. So unicorns, centaurs, and even werewolves are mentioned. So an ever-growing list of things that exist in the Harry Potter universe and can add to the story later on. So sparks were also mentioned, coming from a wand. It's kind of one of the first spells when you wave the wand, when you get it at Ollivanders, that's what you get. So they don't even talk about it being a spell. It just kind of like, you can just almost make it happen without even, it just seems to be the easiest spell and require the least effort. So the next chapter is Through the Trapdoor. So more magical beasts, talking about the giant squid in the lake, Fluffy, the three-headed guard dog. How they hide that from all the students, I have no idea. I assume the dog would bark at some point, and a giant dog would make a lot of noise. So maybe some spells to conceal all that. So going through the trapdoor, you land in the devil's snare, which really is neat because, you have the botany professor who, lays the devil's snare, and it's like quicksand, but a plant. So really cool that plants are awesome in the Wizarding universe. The keys were a lot of fun. The transfiguration professor, the charms professor, I don't know. Either way, one of the professors did this one. But what I was most curious about was, are all the keys, is it one spell as a group, or is it each individual key is painstakingly, okay, go grow wings and fly? Like, that would be cool to find out a little bit more about. Then the wizard's chess is the next obstacle. This to me is like how wizard's chess should be played. Like, you should be doing life-size, like maybe if you go to like an adventure park or something like that should be the way it should be played. It just should be full size. Maybe that's just a personal thing for me. I would want to go play with a life-size chess set, but I don't know, something fun. I had trouble with the potions master, the flames. I couldn't really tell if it was like elemental or what how the potion like protected you. I liked the logic component. To me, that was super cool that, even though there's magic, there's still like some logical sense in there. But like the flame, I think there was two things. Like, I got the potions and I got the logic, but the flames just kind of, I don't know, it took me out of it a little bit, but tricky obstacle and kind of scary too. So chapter 17, the final chapter, the man with two faces, right? Harry makes it all the way to the final boss and Quirrell snaps his fingers and binds Harry without a wand. So that to me tells, that can happen, right? You can use spells without a wand. That is a big thing that hasn't happened yet. So that's important for the universe. It's used very rarely, but later on we find out that any object can be used to channel magic. Wands are just the most common and the most powerful. So you don't need a wand, but it helps quite a bit. Also, it's mentioned that Voldemort can read minds. He knew Harry had the stone in his pocket. So I thought he needed eye contact, but I'm not sure. So we'll find out more about that later. But the final battle, I think Harry just kind of wakes up from being unconscious and finds out that he won. So quite an ordeal. And this was the first book, came out in 1999. To me, it's a classic, a generational book. Like, my generation grew up with this book series. And so this was chapters 15 through 17, World Building Review.